Hi, this is Sir Jet, and today I am here in the city of Manila. Behind me is Taft Avenue. Do you know that this avenue was named after the man who made Rizal our national hero? Let's learn more about that story here in this episode of the Rizal Lectures. Have you ever wondered how Rizal ended up as our national hero? Today we will study who are the people who directly and indirectly contributed to Rizal getting elevated as the top one Philippine national hero. The most obvious answer would be William Howard Taft. He was the American Governor General who declared that Rizal is our Philippine national hero. A couple of years after Rizal's death, the Americans came, invaded our land, we put up a fight, and we lost the war. The Americans were the victors, and they started to rule over us. In the first decade of American colonial rule here, they started to teach us the American way of life, or how they do things in America. And you know, in America, they have states, and each state would have their own state flag, state bird, state flower, state symbols. And so the Americans tried to implement that here also. So they looked around what are the common things here, and they declared that these are our national symbols. They saw that there were many Nara trees, so Nara became our national tree. They saw that there are many carabaos, the carabao became our national animal. And there are many mangoes, and so the mango became our national fruit. There were many sampaguita flowers, so sampaguita became our national flower, and so on. And now to identify the national hero, they looked around and asked around who were the popular figures here in the country. And during that time, they were able to have a short list. So this is the short list of the candidates for our national hero. We have Andres Bonifacio, Emilio Jacinto, and General Antonio Luna, key figures in the fight for independence. And then on the other side, we have the people who did not use violence, but they used writings to propagate liberal ideas, like Graciano Lopez Jaina, Marcelo del Pilar, and Jose Rizal. So this is the short list. And they trimmed this down to two. The two finalists were Rizal and Bonifacio. And Taft handpicked Rizal to be the Philippine national hero over Bonifacio, for the reason that Bonifacio is a man of war, while Rizal is a man of peace. Maybe if Bonifacio is chosen, the natives might get inspired to start another war versus the Americans. So to play it safe, they chose Rizal to be the Philippine national hero, somebody who they see as a pacifist, somebody who they see as a man of peace. And so there, William Howard Taft was the man directly responsible for declaring Rizal as the Philippine national hero. But you know, the Katipunan also had their own declaration that Rizal is our national hero years before Taft made his declaration. The KKK, or the Kataas-Taasan, Kagalang-Galang na Katipunan ng mga anak ng bayan, or Katipunan for short, is also responsible for making Rizal our national hero. Rizal was the password before entering the KKK hideout years before the revolution, when the Katipunan was still a secret society. And then to start the revolution, the Katipuneros gathered in Pugadlawin, tore their cedulas, and shouted, "Mabuhay ang kalayaan! Mabuhay ang Pilipinas! Mabuhay si Dr. Jose Rizal!" Many say that that is also a declaration of independence and also Rizal as our national hero. And when the revolution raged on, whenever the Katipuneros would charge at the Spaniards, they would shout, "Mabuhay ang kalayaan! Mabuhay ang Pilipinas! Mabuhay si Dr. Jose Rizal!" Imagine that. You're a Spaniard and then here is a Filipino charging at you with his bolo and shouting the name of Rizal. So that is, in a way, a declaration that Rizal is the national hero of the Katipuneros, of their cause, and of the Philippines. And in cases when the Katipuneros would retreat and the Spaniards would run over their camp, the Spaniards would find portraits of Rizal in every Katipunan camp. Another sign that Rizal was really a big hero in the hearts of the Katipuneros. So in a way, the Katipunan made Rizal our national hero. In the same way, the Spaniards contributed to Rizal being the national hero through his execution. We all know that the Spaniards were the ones who arrested, tried, and executed Rizal via a firing squad in Luneta on June 30 of 1896. That event served as a catalyst for making Rizal even more popular. His value as our hero became stronger after the execution. When the nation learned that Rizal, a very popular figure already at that time, was executed by the Spaniards, their hearts burned even stronger for independence. And many Filipinos joined the cause of the Katipunan after Rizal's death. From the original 8 provinces, the members of the Katipunan grew more and more. And so it covered practically every province in the archipelago up to northern Mindanao. So we can say that it was Rizal who fanned the flames of the revolution. And the flames became stronger because of the Spaniards executing Rizal in Luneta. Outside the country, Rizal even became more popular after his execution because he had friends from so many countries around the world and they held eulogies to honor Rizal in their respective countries. So there's a circle of Rizal friends, like Rizal Fans Club in those many countries. Indirectly, the death of Rizal made Rizal a bigger figure for the Filipino nation. Interestingly, Emilio Aguinaldo also made a declaration honoring Rizal. President Emilio Aguinaldo made this declaration before William Howard Taft made his declaration. On December 30, 1898, that's the second death anniversary of Jose Rizal, President Emilio Aguinaldo declared December 30 as a day to commemorate the death of Rizal. So he declared December 30 as a holiday. He said that there should be no cockfighting on that day. Everybody should respect that day for Jose Rizal. So as you can see, even before the Americans made Rizal a hero, Aguinaldo already made him one. Some other people who contributed to Rizal's increased stature as a hero were his biographers. He had many biographers, and I'll just mention 2 of them. One is Rafael Palma, and the other is Dr. Frank Loback. Biographers means people who wrote about the life of a certain hero. And so Palma and Loback were actually book authors who made Rizal even more popular. Rafael Palma wrote the book The Pride of the Malay Race, while Dr. Frank Loback wrote Rizal, Man and Martyr. Now, these books proliferated during the American period, and these books helped other people be aware of the works and writings of Rizal. And so the biographers can be said to have contributed in a big way on making Rizal a bigger hero during the first half of the 20th century. Next is Professor Ferdinand Blumentritt, Rizal's best friend. He also contributed to Rizal being a bigger hero. Blumentritt is Rizal's friend from the Austria-Hungary Empire. They were very close to each other. They wrote often. They were pen pals. They exchanged books and souvenirs whenever they can. And when Rizal died, Blumentritt was so sad, and he sponsored a gathering and he gave a eulogy for his friend Rizal. In that eulogy, Blumentritt said, "I have never seen a brown-skinned man who has greater accomplishments and worldwide fame than Rizal. Therefore, I name him the Great Malayan." And so Rizal's title as the Great Malayan was originally from Blumentritt. And if you look at world history, it's true. No other brown-skinned man had greater fame and greater accomplishments than Jose Rizal. Do you know somebody from among the Filipinos, the Indonesians, Malaysians, and other Southeast Asian countries who's more famous than Rizal and who had greater accomplishments than Rizal? Nobody. So Rizal is the greatest Malayan. Some say Manny Pacquiao is a close second. But Rizal is still number one. And so you see, because of Blumentritt's speech, the Europeans too made him a hero. In the last century, the American colonial government and the Philippine government also contributed to the fame and stature of Rizal as national hero by putting him in stamps and in money, paper money, and in coins. So you can see here samples of the portrait of Rizal in stamps, in the 2 peso bill, in the 1 peso coin. And Rizal's portrait is not just in one stamp design, but practically in almost every stamp design that was created during the 20th century or the 1900s. And you know, when stamps are used in the snail mail, they get transported to other countries. And when these portraits of Rizal gets transported to other countries, to all over the world, they also learn about Rizal. They see his portrait and they get some information about this man from the Philippines. And so Rizal's fame spread more and more because of these stamps. His portrait spread all over the world. He became even more popular after his death. Fantastic. Now, aside from stamps, statues also make people more famous. You know, there are many statues of Rizal erected in the Philippines and abroad. Here in the Philippines, we see the statues of Rizal in Luneta. Then there's one in Calamba, his hometown. And then in Santa Cruz, the capital of Rizal's home province. And in Dapitan, where he lived many years. And also in every public elementary school, there is a statue of Rizal. He is really a very, very famous figure here in our country. And curiously, abroad, we also have statues of Rizal in China, in Japan, in the United States, in Canada, in Europe. In 22 countries in all, we find statues of Rizal. Isn't that amazing? For these people, they are one with us in saying that Rizal is a great man. Rizal deserves to be your national hero, and we honor him as well. RA 1425, the law which says that the study of Rizal course is mandatory in schools in the Philippines, also contributed to Rizal being our national hero. Imagine, half-century after his death, the leaders of our republic elevated Rizal higher by legislating RA 1425. Senator Claro M. Recto, the proponent or the main author of the bill, together with his chair, Senator Jose P. Laurel, submitted the Rizal bill to then President Ramon Magsaysay, who signed it into RA 1425. And so today, Rizal course is a required subject in all colleges in the Philippines, whether it be a private school or a public school. As long as it is tertiary level, it is required to offer the Rizal course. So because of RA 1425, the greatness of Rizal continues to spread and live on in the hearts and minds of the Filipinos. Thanks to Claro M. Recto for his idea of this Rizal bill. So looking back, who made Rizal our national hero? All of the above. It's not only William Howard Taft, but it's a combination of several people and events contributing to the elevation of Rizal as the Philippine national hero. We are now here at the end of the episode. I hope you learned many things. Keep on watching the Rizal lectures. This is Sir Jet saying goodbye and thank you.